McDermott will be glad to hear you're staying with us again, Mr. Anderson.
I know it's been a while.
Will Mrs. Anderson be joining you this trip?
No, I'm afraid not.
We have you in the Beresford suite this time. There you go. I've asked the bell captain to have the Savannah paper sent out daily.
Well, thank you, Miss Gillette. Thoughtful as ever. You new here, son?
Yes, sir, I am. But it sounds like if I have any questions about the hotel, I could just ask you.
Before you checked in, Mrs. Natalie Trent called down from the Ralston suite. She's expecting you at 8.
Well, that's as good a time as any for a seance.
3 weeks in this town, and I still can't get used to cable cars.
The same as your New York subways, aren't they?
Ryan, New York subways don't go straight uphill.
Morning, Cheryl. Ryan.
Good morning.
Would you do me a favor? I am dying to know what is going on with Miss Francis and Mr. McDermott.
What, and you want me to ask Julie?
Would you?
Why don't you ask her?
Well, I don't want to look like I'm prying.
You are prying.
But I don't want to look like I'm prying. Please. Please.
Julie, you've known Miss Francis and Mr. McDermott for some time, haven't you? Well, we can't help but wonder if...
What she wants to know is, are they...
I really can't say, Ryan.
Okay, we knew they used to be an item, and that he even proposed to her once when her old boyfriend came into town and he wanted to take her away with him. He was a Navy guy, an officer, I think.
Cheryl, how do you know these things?
They're so cute together. I mean, Mr. McDermott and Miss Francis, I mean. Never met the naval officer, though.
Well, maybe you know what's happening now.
Me? I just started here. But I bet you know something.
All I know is we have a guest who's dying to read a copy of Hollywood Wives in Greek. And it took me 3 hours to find it last night.
I don't know why she didn't just ask me. You know, this great little bookstore you can get on.
Where do you get this information?
Ryan, my mother always said, you listen, you learn. Didn't Julie's hair used to be shorter?
So Peter will have to have the notes in his hands by 3. He'll have them before lunch. You're too quick, Megan. So how's Dave's search for the perfect law firm coming in, Megan?
Well, interviews all over town, but nothing that's really right yet. He worked so hard getting that degree, it'd be a shame to take just anything.
That's true. Oh, well, I'm sure it's just a matter of time.
Oh, Christine. Looks like Ernie brought up the final figures for the awards banquet tomorrow night.
Oh, great. Nice to be hosting the Hotel Association here at the St. Gregory this year, isn't it?
Yeah. Who are you going with?
Well, Peter and I have always gone to these things together. I know we're no longer dating, well, really dating, but this is business. I guess we've just been too busy to talk about it.
Maybe you should talk about it.
What aren't you telling me, Megan?
Nothing.
Megan. Megan, out with it.
Well, it's just Mr. McDermott asked me to make arrangements for a limousine for the banquet tomorrow night to pick up his date.
His date?
I'm sorry we got our signals crossed, but I thought you had a date for the banquet.
Just out of curiosity, what in the world made you think that?
Well, I overheard you on the phone last week making plans with a guy named Alexander for tomorrow night.
That was Mr. Alexander, my hairdresser.
Oh?
And I'm sure he's got other plans for dinner after my appointment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Christine. It was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions.
It's okay. I understand. I mean, we did decide to date other people.
Yeah, and I thought, well, you know.
I know.
We'll still be going together in a way. I mean, we'll both be there. Me and my date, and you and,
Whoever I'm seeing.
I haven't had a chance to get to know Dave as well as most of you, but how about a briefcase?
That's sure something he could use as a lawyer. His initials, maybe a St. Gregory crest.
Cheryl and I will order the cake.
He likes German chocolate.
No, Billy. You like German chocolate. Don't listen to him, Ryan.
No.
This group looks a little suspicious. If you guys are planning some kind of going-away party for me, please don't. I'm not good at those things. Besides, I'm still here part-time, and even after I find a job with Meg still here, I'll be around almost as much as ever. So no big surprises, okay?
Yeah, sure. Fine. The St. Gregory will supply the champagne, and I'll set aside a suite for that afternoon.
Whenever that is.
Richard, I thought you and Linda had all but forgotten about us. Or don't the airlines fly out of Savannah anymore?
I'm afraid I've been out of circulation. Peter, Linda died 3 months ago. A car accident.
I'm sorry I didn't know. Are you holding up okay?
Some days are better than others. And then I'll come home from the office and catch myself looking for her. It was so sudden, so unexpected. I was working late at the office. She was on her way into town to join me for dinner. The fog was so thick, the police say she missed the river turnoff. The car went through the railing and into 40 feet of water. I know she's gone, but I can't even give her clothes away or take her picture out of my wallet. She always loved yellow roses.
She was a wonderful woman, and I'll miss her too. You got any plans for dinner tonight? I know a place that has the best standing rib roast in town. Got an in with the chef.
The Crown Room. Thanks for the thought, but I've got an appointment.
Maybe we could still meet before or after.
There's a woman staying in the hotel who says she's in touch with Linda's... Oh, boy. How do I put this so you don't have me locked up? Linda's spirit.
You're not going to a seance.
Well, nowadays they call it channeling. I know, but Peter, some of the things she's told me, specific details, they're so right. Things only Linda and I knew. Peter, if she can put me in touch, if only to say goodbye or to tell Linda how much I miss her, it'll be worth every penny.
You mind some company? I mean, at this channeling thing?
I don't know. I feel kind of funny about all this.
Richard, I'm your friend, and I was Linda's friend before that. What do you say?
Macau suite, Ryan?
Just arrived. They're all yours.
Here, I'll take those up for you, Dave. Macau suite, right?
Yeah, but your luggage.
Luggage goes to 420, and the Macau's just down the hall. It's no problem, really. Besides, you're on your last days.
Not my last legs, and if you keep up this pace, you're not going to last the week.
Sure I will. This is what I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. Good pay, good tips, something going on every minute. What more could you ask for?
Right now, job at a law firm.
Enough energy for you?
Oh, you're certainly eager.
Too eager. He's already asked Ryan out 3 times.
Oh.
I don't know why you said no. I think he's adorable.
I'm just following the rules. No dating fellow employees.
Since when is that a hotel rule?
It's my personal rule.
Natalie Trent, this is Peter McDermott, the friend I called you about.
How do you do?
You are welcome, Mr. McDermott. It's just that I wasn't expecting 3 guests.
Neither was I, but...
Well, I hope you don't mind. Mr. Griffin is a friend, and you might say he has a professional interest in this sort of thing.
Mr. Griffin, people with open minds are always welcome. Won't you come in, all of you? I suppose Mr. Anderson has explained that I don't speak. I am simply an open channel for the spirit world. She speaks through me.
Linda speaks?
No. My spirit guide, Selena, will answer your questions. Or consult another spirit who can. Selena will act as an intermediary between you and Linda. Now, If we are all ready, I step aside, freeing my body for you to enter. I welcome you to speak through me. So many of you, but I welcome all who are true seekers of knowledge. My name is Selena, and I am here to counsel, to advise, to comfort. Who will ask the first question of me?
Go ahead. Ask her something.
Well, things are a little slow in my line of work. What can I expect in the future?
The spirits who guide you promise continued success. Since your business is everyone else's business, it is your personal life that needs attention, your family. San Francisco is a long way from New York City. You have not called them in weeks.
She's right.
But we are here to talk about Linda. The bond between you is very strong. It forms a bridge to the spirit world.
Then she's at peace. I guess that means I should get on with my life. Finally let her go.
There is much turmoil, much confusion on the other side. You cannot let go of her, Richard Anderson, because she will not let go of you.
Stephen, I understand. I realize this is last minute. And I really hadn't known you'd gotten married. Yes, it was nice talking to you again, too. Bye.
Unless there's something else you need, I thought I'd be leaving for the night.
No, nothing I know of. Just some calls I can handle.
Well, good luck.
Alan, Christine. Christine Francis. Is this Alan Collins? He moved and you're subletting. Well, I don't suppose you're available tomorrow night? No, nothing. Nothing. If you hear from Alan, give him my best.
Thanks for letting Billy sit in on this channeling session with you. You know I wouldn't have asked you, except that...
I know. I had my doubts too, Peter, until tonight. What did you think?
Well, I'm usually the house skeptic, but bringing up New York, my family, saying my business is everyone else's business, she's sure plugged into something.
Richard, if this is all making you feel better in some way, then fine. But I gotta be honest, I'm worried that this medium you found might be trying to take advantage of you.
Well, I only know what I feel. As if we weren't the only ones in that room tonight. Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine. Really.
He's a smart businessman, Billy. He's going through a hard time. I hate to see him being used, but something tells me that's what's happening.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, hello.
Richie? Richie, are you there?
Who is this?
It hasn't been that long, Richie. And you've been trying to get in touch with me. Don't you recognize my voice?
Linda?
That's right, Richie. Linda. I can't let you go.
Not yet. I'm back, Richie. I'm back for you.
I thought maybe you'd like to look over the seating chart for tonight's banquet, in case I've arranged for any Hatfields to sit next to any McCoys.
I'm sure you handled it perfectly, Julie. You always do.
Just one problem. The blank space next to you.
I know.
What about that reporter who works with the Chronicle?
Married.
The ad executive who designed all our new brochures?
Moved.
The hunk who did the excavation for the new parking lot?
Gay and committed.
The hunk is gay?
Thanks for your help, Julie, but I'm afraid finding a date is something I have to do for myself.
Are we talking about the same hunk?
I will let you know when I have a name to fill in a blank.
Boy, you just never know.
You must have seen her. She just got on the elevator.
The woman in the yellow dress. It was...
She looked just like... someone I thought I knew.
You don't know how much we need this equipment.
Of course I do. I wouldn't have approved the expense if I didn't. See that Mr. Taylor gets that, will you?
Right away, Miss Francis. Thanks for dropping these by.
Okay.
Well, I bet you're the most attractive hotel messenger in the business.
And I'll bet you say that to all the hotel messengers.
True. True, but I don't buy them all a cup of coffee.
Is that an invitation?
Well, if your boss won't miss you for a few minutes.
I'm sure she won't mind. I'll have a cup, Richard.
Let's see. Where to begin? I'm Kevin Masters. I am an investment counselor, but then isn't everybody these days?
Thank you.
I'm not married. I do my own cooking and cleaning, but I do draw the line at laundry. I love to travel. I have my own boat down at the marina, a timeshare ski lodge up in Aspen, and I'm here for a quick breakfast before a game of handball with a very good friend of mine who always lets me win, so I like him very much. Any questions?
Just one.
What's that?
Are you by any chance free tonight?
Mr. Anderson!
I need your help. This may sound crazy, but, these spirits you contact, do they ever, cross over?
You mean manifest? Make ghostly appearances? That sort of thing? Oh, no. We only provide a means to communicate, a bridge to the spirit world.
Last night, after you contacted my wife, she called me. I heard her voice on the phone, and I've seen her just a few minutes ago here in the hotel. Now, don't you see?
What I see is a man who's extremely upset, who's let his imagination run wild with a little channeling breakthrough.
No, it's more than that. Something happened last night. Something you did brought her here, and now you have got to send her back.
Please, you're frightening me. I can't help you, Mr. Anderson.
Don't tell me can't. You brought her here.
Mr. Anderson, don't you understand? I didn't bring anyone. I can't. I don't have the power. I'm a fraud. I haven't always been. Years ago, I really reached them then, the voices. But now, I research clients, find out what they want to hear. I don't make contact, Mr. Anderson. I con people.
But the things you said about Linda and me.
Research. The price you pay for marrying into such a prominent family. Loss of privacy.
But what about Mr. Griffin? You couldn't have researched him.
Rule number 1, when I check into a hotel on business, is find out about the security staff.
You can't explain it all away like that. You can't explain her away. Maybe you don't believe in yourself anymore, but you have some sort of gift.
I'm afraid my only gift is for finding suggestible people in moments of grief, like you, Mr. Anderson. The right research, convincing performance, and their imaginations do the rest.
But I saw her. I know her voice. She spoke to me.
A wrong number in the middle of the night? A woman who looks like your wife? Maybe you do need help, but not the kind I can provide.
You have got to reach her to send her away. Won't you even try?
What a day. I've personally handled 3 tour groups and a family of 5 who packed like they were on a round-the-world trip.
Those were the Crawfords. They are. Well, things are pretty quiet now. I'd say take 5 as an order.
Great, I can pick up those theater tickets for 5:14.
You work on a break?
I want to get ahead, Cheryl. Can't get ahead sitting still.
What do you want to get ahead to?
You mean career goals? I want to be a bellman.
Eric, you are a bellman.
No, I want to be the best bellman. See, not everybody realizes what a terrific job this is. You got great tips, flexible hours, and almost every restaurant in town comps me, so I'll recommend them to the guests.
Well, it looks like you found a perfect job.
It's perfect, except for one thing.
Eric, I've told you before. I make it a habit not to date guys I work with.
Out of curiosity, how long have you had this personal rule of yours?
Since I met you.
Any messages?
Nothing urgent.
And next time I win.
Next time I may let you.
Hi, Christine. Hey, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine.
Kevin.
You've met.
Yes, we've met.
Oh, so your handball game was with Peter.
21-12 and 21-17. And I'm running late. Look forward to tonight.
Tonight? The awards banquet? I didn't even know you knew him.
Did you do this?
Did I arrange a date for you? Now,
Yes.
why would I do that?
Oh, I don't know. Just seems like the sort of thing you might do. You know I'm going to the Espresso. He just happens to be there. Very charming. And I need a date.
Pure coincidence.
Coincidence.
And that's that.
Hmm?
But Kevin is terrific. In fact, what would you think about doubling?
Doubling?
Uh-huh.
As in double date?
Uh-huh.
Peter, I do not think that is such a great idea.
No, wait. Don't say no so quickly. It might take the pressure off and make a better evening all the way around. What do you say?
I have to think about it.
Good.
Now, if we are ready, I step aside, freeing my body for you to enter. Speak through me. Richie,
Yes? Linda?
it's difficult to speak through this woman. But yes, it's Linda. Or what was it you used to call me when we were alone? Your little mouse. Long time no see.
Oh, my God.
And spare me the I love you and miss you speech. I know where you were spending afternoons away from the office. And with whom.
That didn't mean anything. I
I loved you, Richie. And I thought you felt the same. When did you decide you could live without me, but not without my money?
You're not blaming me for your accident.
Accident? You call drugging me and running my car off the road an accident?
You don't know what you're saying.
We may be the only ones who know it. But you, Richie, you killed me. And somehow you'll pay for it. I'll see to it.
So I've gone over the final arrangements with Julie. She's taken care of everything. Everything but your speech.
No problem. I'm totally prepared. It begins. Here's a word from our general manager.
You do that, and you'll be looking for a new general manager.
Oh? By the way, my date canceled for tonight. She says she sprained her ankle, so it looks like it'll just be the three of us.
3 of us? I haven't even agreed to the 4 of us.
Christine, what's the big deal? I mean, I like you, I like Kevin, Kevin likes me, Kevin likes you. You like both of us, right? It's a big deal.
Oh, you startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did it go?
We've got him right where we want him. The perfect sting. It's amazing how an active imagination can be inspired by a guilty conscience, and they don't come any more guilty than his.
Father always thought I was the delicate one. Fragile was his way of saying not wrapped too tight. And Richie charmed him the way he charmed me. And if I'd told him that my loving husband had drugged me and pushed my car off the river road, I'd have ended up in a rubber room.
And if you had not been such a strong swimmer, you would have drowned. You had to run, Linda. You did the right thing.
I'm just so glad I had someone to run to. No matter how all this turns out.
It will turn out fine. He will say just enough, and we'll have it on tape. Have a little faith in your old Aunt Natalie.
Front desk says you're checking out, Mr. Anderson.
Yes, I am. Sudden business back home.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Would you take this up to the Ralston suite and tell the lady it's the final payment?
Yes, sir. Which one?
The Ralston suite.
Well, I understand that, Mr. Anderson, but which lady? Well, there are 2 of them.
2? Are you sure? She never mentioned sharing the suite.
Well, I've never seen her leave the suite, but I delivered some magazines to her yesterday. She's a nice lady. Sounds like she's from the South.
Southern accent? It wouldn't be this woman, would it?
Yes, sir. That's her. Another day down.
And another day closer to Dave Kendall, attorney at law. I'll miss this uniform.
Me too. Never thought I'd say that.
Maybe we should buy it and bronze it.
What would I do without you?
I'd hate to think.
Hello, Mike. Richard Anderson. I'm glad I caught you in. No, I can't. I'm just in town until tomorrow. Listen, about the theater, the Playhouse, is this still dark? I mean, we haven't rented it to anybody this month, have we? Great. No, I just wanted to make sure it was empty, that's all. Thanks. Buy you a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. There are enough spirits in my life already. I hope I wasn't a disappointment to you this afternoon.
No, not at all. You underestimate yourself. In fact, it was surprisingly successful. It was so successful, I was wondering if I might convince you to try it again. Just one more time, I promise. I won't push it beyond that.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Anderson. You know, this last one really frightened me. Honestly, it's the first time in years that I didn't fake it. So, I'm sorry, but I don't know.
Please. We don't have to rush it. Tomorrow morning would be fine.
Well, all I can do is try. Why don't you come to my suite tomorrow about...
Maybe someplace else. Natalie, may I call you Natalie? It's really important to me that this last connection with Linda be as complete as possible. And you've got to admit our results up to now have been a bit spotty. So I have part interest in this small theater in town, the Playhouse on 27th. I think it'd be perfect. And we could be alone there with the spirits.
Mr. McDermott, Miss Francis, how was the awards, man?
Oh, it went great, Paul. What a terrific evening. You got a table for 3, no reservations, but I got some pull with the general manager.
Yes, sir. Come this way, please.
What do you say, champagne?
Sure.
Make it champagne, Paul, on private stock.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Paul.
I don't know about you two, but I've had a terrific evening tonight. Whoever said it right. Good things come in 3s. 3 coins in a fountain. 3rd time's the charm. 3 musketeers.
3 Stooges.
Yeah, 3 Faces of Eve.
Bermuda Triangle.
Is it my imagination, or are we not having as much fun as we thought we were going to have?
Hey, you know what? It's getting late. I've got a real early morning. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to call it a night. Christine, do you mind?
No, Kevin, that's all right.
It's still early. The night is young, the music is hot, the champagne's on its way. But if you have to go, I'll take Christine home.
Peter.
Come on, Peter. Christine is my date.
She's my general manager.
Kevin.
Look, when I take somebody out, I usually expect to take them home. I mean, that's the way a date usually works.
Kevin, it's just a date, not a round-trip ticket. I'm going right by there anyway.
You live here at the hotel.
I like to drive at night. I'll take her home.
I'll take her home.
Whose decision is this, anyway? I'll decide whether I want to stay or go. And I'll decide who I want to take me home. My decision is, I want me to take me home. Now.
Hold the elevator, please.
Morning, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Griffin, lobby? Me too. I think it'll do me good to get out of the hotel for a while.
That Natalie's some lady.
Yes, you might say I've gained new respect for her powers.
So you're feeling better about things?
Better now, but soon everything's going to be just fine.
Hi.
Kevin. You haven't been waiting here all morning, have you?
No. Your office said you'd be back about now from a meeting off campus. Got time for a walk?
Sure.
I wanted to apologize for last night.
No apology needed. It was an awkward evening. I don't know what got into Peter.
Well, I think I do. I know that you guys were an item, but I thought that was over.
Me too.
I think he still loves you.
I think Peter and I are both just having a little difficulty adjusting to our new relationship.
Well, whatever it is, I guess now is just not the time for you and me.
Well, I can't speak for you, but I'd like to give it another try.
Yeah, I'd like that too. But I'm leaving Monday on an assignment in Boston. I can't tell till I get there. Could be a few weeks, a few months.
Big assignment. Congratulations.
But I'll be back. Hopefully you and Peter will work out whatever you have to work out by then. And maybe you and I can go on a date with a somewhat smaller cast. Or ride a bicycle built for two, maybe.
Sounds nice.
I'll be thinking about you.
You too, kid.
Mr. Anderson! Mr. Anderson, is that you?
Morning, Natalie.
I was beginning to think you changed your mind.
Second thoughts? Not me. Like they say, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Well, shall we get started?
The tape recorder again, huh? In case we get lucky?
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Well,
I have a feeling.
what are we waiting for? So much yet to discover.
I step aside, freeing my body for you to enter. Speak through me.
Linda? Linda, are you there?
I'm here, Richie.
There are things you want to tell me. Things you want to know.
I want to know why, Richie. I loved you so much. Why wasn't that enough? Did you really need someone else?
Yes. And you want to know why? Because you were dull and boring. You, your button-down family, your muggy Savannah weather. I wanted excitement, and all you had to offer me was comfort. It just wasn't enough anymore.
But you didn't have to kill me.
Yeah, I did. Because you found out. And because your lawyer couldn't keep a secret. And once I knew you were going to file for divorce...
You could have walked away.
From all that money? I can no more walk away from that than I can from this. All right, now I'll ask the questions. Where is she? What do the two of you think you're doing?
I'll tell you what we're doing, because we've already done it. We got proof the only way anyone would ever believe it. In your own words.
Take a closer look. I pushed the button this time. And I pushed play, not record. You started with a blank tape, you still have a blank tape, and I have this.
Richie, think it over. 2 women, 2 murders. You're bound to get caught.
As far as I know, my dear departed, nobody's expecting to hear from you. And by the time anybody comes looking for her, well, who's going to connect a visiting businessman with a disappearing psychic?
Peter McDermott, for one, and me for another. So why don't you just save yourself a lot of trouble? Let her go. And lay down that gun.
I'm a pretty good shot. This could still end up your word against mine, or worse. Are you willing to take that risk, Mr. Griffin?
I guess not. May we have the lights now, Sergeant?
Okay. Okay.
After our channeling session the other night, Peter McDermott told me to keep an eye on Natalie Trent and on you. Oh, by the way, maybe they don't have your confession on tape, but I do.
Say, how'd you find me here?
My spies are everywhere.
What's up?
Good news, bad news.
You came by to tell me a joke?
No joke. I may have a job offer if the interview goes well next week.
A job? Honey, that's wonderful. And of course you do well on the interview.
It's not a big firm, but it's a good one. And Meg, it's trial law.
Oh, it doesn't sound so bad. It's what you always said you wanted.
That's not the bad news.
No?
No.
What is the bad news?
The job, it's in San Diego. If I get it, we have to leave San Francisco.
And the St. Gregory.
I'll have your bags ready whenever you want that cab, ladies.
Thank you.
Taking out so soon?
Well, Mr. Griffin, my little theater group in Los Angeles can't seem to do without me forever. Or at least I hope not.
And I have a life in Savannah just waiting for me to put back together.
My friends on the force tell me that your husband will be held here until they're ready to extradite him back to Georgia for attempted murder. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Well, thank you for everything. Excuse me.
You still speaking to me?
Yes. But I'm not sure you'd like what I have to say.
Look, I'm sorry. I saw what I was doing, but I just couldn't stop myself. There's so many unanswered questions about us.
At some point, we have to face it. We're not lovers anymore. We were, but
But what? What happened? I thought we were doing fine.
we made each other crazy.
So we made each other crazy. Is that so bad? It kept things interesting, didn't it?
We wanted different things. I wanted marriage.
And I proposed.
Peter, come on. You know you never would have proposed if you hadn't felt forced into it.
How do you know that?
I just know it.
Don't tell me what I would have done or what I wouldn't have done. Even I don't know what I would have done. The point is, I proposed.
The point is, I really don't want to talk about this right now.
We have to talk about it sometime.
Well, now is not the time.
When then? Tonight? Tomorrow? How about next week?
Peter, we have to face the fact that this relationship, you, me, it didn't work. It isn't going to work. If it was going to, it would have, but it didn't.
For you. It works for me. And it did work for you. You can't deny that.
Okay, yes. For a while it worked. But not now. Not for me. Peter, we're two totally different people. I'm walks in the park. You're demolition derbies. I'm watercolors. You're stuffed marlin.
Different people? We're not different people, and you know that.
Well, then we're too much alike.
What's really going on here? Is it something I've done? Something you've done? Something from your past? What's your problem?
My problem?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think that maybe this is your problem?
Mm-mm.
Look, I said it. I really don't want to get into this right now.
Just answer me one thing. One question. Where do we stand?
I don't know where we stand.
I love you. That's where I stand. Are you saying you have no feelings for me?
Of course I have feelings for you. We were very close. I can't just turn my feelings on and off that easily. I care about you. We're good friends. We'll always be good friends, no matter what.
And that's all? Just good friends?
Isn't that enough?
No, that's not enough. That's not anywhere close to enough. I want you, Christine, and I'm gonna get you back.
Peter.
Do what you have to and feel what you have to. But I'm telling you, we're gonna be together again. Because like it or not, I love you. And whether you want to admit it now or not, I think you still love me. And I'll tell you something else. I don't believe this is all because we're too different or too much alike. I don't buy that for a second. I think there's something you're not telling me.
And you'll never know.
Mr. McDermott. What a beautiful suit.
Meeting a VIP this morning? My Gran and her best friend. I haven't seen Gran in 5 years, since my last trip home.
Oh, so she's never seen your home. Oh, hope she enjoys the tour. All 344 rooms worth.
Thanks, Billy. I'm off to the airport. The car's waiting. You, anything I can do before I go?
Everything's under control. You're really pulling out all the stops. Hotel limo, new suit. I hear you set aside the cabin suite.
Well, she's the only grandmother I got. You care to join us for lunch?
Oh, I'd love to, but I have a lunch with a potential client.
Well, can't you reschedule? It's family.
Your family, Peter. I'm sure she'd love to have some time with you alone.
Well, I've told her a lot about you. She'll be disappointed.
Does she know we're no longer involved? Oh, Peter.
Yeah, I'll tell her. I promise. Okay, what about lunch? You'll love her. She'll love you. I'll pick up the check. It'll be great. What do you say?
I say go or you'll miss your flight. Go.
Compliments at the hotel.
Breakfast never looked so good. Last night was terrific.
The wedding?
Yeah, there too, but I was thinking about after that. Call your parents. Tell them the good news.
Let's see. Mom, Dad, hi. Las Vegas was great. I won $43 in the slot machine. I saw Wayne Newton in concert, and I married a piano player I met in the casino lounge.
Hi, Mom. Song stylist who happens to do a mesmerizing rendition of You Light Up My Life.
If it hadn't been for that, I'd be back in Des Moines right now, preparing lesson plans on Shakespeare's comedies.
Bye, Mom.
Whoever that is, get rid of him.
Yes.
Oh, you're the one he married.
What?
Could be worse, I suppose.
Pardon me? Should I know you? It's early. Maybe you have the wrong room.
Kyle Stanton Suite?
Yes, it is. Kyle? Kyle? Kyle?
Yeah. Father, what a pleasant surprise.
You have to know he is totally irresponsible. Has been all of his life. He's a womanizer, a gambler, and you can't trust him in anything he says.
You're Kyle's father. Well, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Nancy Rhodes. Stanton. Nancy Stanton. I guess I'm not used to it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's understandable. How long have you known each other? My Vegas sources say 6 days.
A week.
7.
A week. 7.
Forgive me. I obviously misjudged the depths of this relationship.
Dad, I know it sounds corny, but it was love at first sight.
First sight of what? You or your money?
Money? What's he talking about?
We'll have this marriage annulled, and you will come back to L.A. with me. You obviously can't be trusted to make your own decisions.
We're talking annulments? Why are we talking annulments?
We're not. He is.
Just a minute, Mr. Stanton. You know it takes 2 to annul.
Oh, you're a fighter, huh? But I've never met a gold digger that didn't have a price.
What is going on here?
Dad, she doesn't know.
Oh, please. You mean to tell me that you believe that she doesn't know that you're the heir to Stanton Foods?
You're one of those Stantons? Why didn't you tell me? Kyle, you lied to me.
I didn't lie to you. The subject just never came up. All right, so now you know. You're married into money. Why isn't that good news?
I have to think. What else haven't you told me?
Nothing to be upset about, Miss Rhodes. We'll have it all straightened out by lunch.
Oh, well, fine. You two just straighten this all out. I'm going for a walk. I'm getting dressed, and then I'm going for a walk.
You're destroying my marriage. I hope you're happy.
Ecstatic.
I can't believe that this is all yours.
Half mine, Gran.
The way Catherine talks, I would think you own all of San Francisco. Well, if I know my grandson, he will. Just give him time.
Okay, here we are, ladies. The Cabot Suite.
Oh.
This is a palace, Peter.
It's lovely.
You have the sitting room, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, fireplace, couple of televisions. Anything else you need, just a phone call away.
You're too good to us.
Well, I'm just glad you're here.
Look.
You too, Roz. You've been so close to our family. It's been a long time.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else I can get you?
No, Eric, I think that should do it for now.
Oh, thanks, Mr. McDermott. This one's on the house. Any relative of yours is a relative of mine. Well, you know what I mean. Enjoy your stay.
I'm not interrupting anything.
No, come on in. Roz, Grant, I'd like you to meet...
Christine Francis. Oh, I'd know you anywhere. Hello, Christine.
Hello.
Your pictures don't do you justice. You're much prettier in person.
Oh, I like this woman, Peter.
Well, I was saying to my grandson on the way from the airport that it was about time that I met his girlfriend.
And what did Peter say?
I told her.
And I said he was a fool to let you go.
Well, I hope this doesn't mean you won't have lunch with us.
Well, Christine has a meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. We'd so love to have you join us.
But it's nothing I couldn't reschedule.
Why do you do these things? The disappearing acts, spending sprees, and now this. You know, it's time you grew up and took stock of yourself. Come into the company. There's a seat on the board with your name on it.
Dad, you've got plenty of trained executives who'd kill for that seat.
They are not my son. My only son.
My future is not frozen foods. I'm a musician. My life is music.
When are you gonna let go of this crazy, romantic vision of life? Take out some responsibility.
Oh, I thought marriage was a responsibility.
Marriage to the right woman.
Nancy is the right woman. I love her. And I'm gonna go after her.
You know it'll never work out.
Well, stay tuned. I might surprise you.
Sorry. Now, he gets on his horse, so proud, all ready to make his first jump. And off he goes over the hedge, right into the pig trough. While the pigs were feeding, it scared him half to death.
Not to mention the reaction of the pigs, I bet.
My brother had moved the trough as a joke.
Where do you fit into all this craziness, Roz?
Oh, Catherine and I have been friends since we were little children.
And we always kept in touch, even after she deserted me and moved to the big city. You're looking at the pioneer career woman.
Roz was a designer. She owned her own company. But she always came back to visit. Holidays, special occasions. She was like part of the family.
What was it like for a woman to be independent back then?
Terrifying. But I was lucky. I had an enlightened boss.
Yourself, you mean?
Exactly. I was working as a seamstress in a local clothing factory, and I had some ideas about some designs. So I'd sneak into the workroom every weekend and try to put them together. One day, the supervisor caught me. I thought I was going to be fired. But he took one look at the designs, and he loaned me money to go to New York.
Suddenly, I was getting postcards from Roz from all over the world. Paris, London, Hong Kong.
You've led quite a life.
I've always admired you for what you accomplished.
Roz got to do some things that most of us only dreamed of.
Well, it wasn't all as glamorous as it sounds.
neither was raising a family.
Mind if I join you?
It's a public park.
Hmm? Come here. Nancy, I'm sorry. I should have told you, but I had to be sure. All my life, I've never known if people like me for me or if they like me for my money.
Kyle, I let you know more about me in a week than any person I've ever met. I mean, I was with Warren for 2 years.
Warren? Why didn't you marry him?
Well, I didn't want to rush into anything.
Oh.
Look, the point is this whole thing, it's so unlike me. There's something about you made me go crazy, made me irrational, made me marry you. Yeah. That's the truth. Kyle, I can't handle lies. I never could. I don't know how to tell them. I don't know how to deal with them.
You're right. You're right. No more secrets, I promise.
You're very welcome.
Kyle?
Hillary.
Aren't you going to introduce me?
Yeah. Hillary, meet Nancy, my wife. Nancy, meet Hillary Sinclair, my
Fiancé.
fiancée.
A nap was just what the doctor ordered.
Well, you've had a long, hard day. Probably too much of a strain for you. But you'll feel better after you see the specialist tomorrow.
We'll see.
Roz, I'm so sorry about lunch. I don't know what got into me.
I didn't mean to monopolize the conversation or take your time away from Peter.
But that's why we came, isn't it? So you could spend time with him, too? Did you, decide yet?
Yes. I'm not going to tell him, and I want you to promise me that you don't either. I had thought it would be the right thing to do, but now I don't.
Whatever you think best.
His mother died without knowing. I don't think it'd do any of us any good if Peter knows that I'm his real grandmother.
I can almost understand not telling me about the money, but forgetting to mention you're engaged?
I never think of myself as being engaged. My father's crazy about her, but it just doesn't feel right.
So what? Marrying me was your way of letting her down easy?
Nancy, you can't just leave.
Watch me.
I love you, and I know you love me. You may not like me very much right now, but you do love me.
Face it, Kyle, we just confused a good time with an emotional commitment. I hate my luggage.
You've been awfully quiet tonight. And here I thought I was being a perfectly charming date.
Oh, you were, dear. It's just that it's been a long day, and I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm not even 70 anymore.
Past your curfew, huh? Well, that's my fault. It's just so good to see you, and Roz, too. I'm just sorry she was too tired to join us.
You do like Roz, don't you?
Oh, always have.
Well, she's an amazing woman. A successful career lady, a world traveler. She's had it all.
Except a loving family. I guess that makes you a pretty amazing woman, too, huh?
Oh, lucky, maybe, but certainly not amazing. I've just been a wife and mother and grandmother. Nothing very special about that.
Hey, nobody talks about my grandmother that way.
They'll call us when the Des Moines airport reopens. Boy, that must be some blizzard.
Until then, we can put you in room 510. Doesn't have a view of the bay.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
I'll have a bellman show you out.
Oh, thank you. I can manage.
Something tells me the honeymoon's over.
Miss Rose, just the person I hoped to run into. I wonder, do you have time for a little chat?
We might as well get this over with. I want the annulment after all.
That's a smart move.
Kyle can be impossible sometimes. Better you found out now. I've learned to put up with his little quirks, but it took years.
I'll get the papers to you right away.
Believe me, I'm as anxious to put this behind me as you are.
Listen, do you want me to take this meeting? Then you can spend some more time
No,
with
I
me.
appreciate it.
Peter, Christine, good morning.
Good morning.
I thought you two were already out for the day.
Just going. My appointment was changed.
Well, I'd be happy to drop you off, but in my car, 3's definitely a crowd.
Well, why don't I get a driver from the hotel to...
Maybe you could take just Roz. After all, it's her appointment.
Well, sure, I'd be happy to.
If you don't mind, will you be all right?
Oh, of course. I'll write some postcards, or maybe I'll do something wild and crazy and get my hair done. See you later.
Would lunch with me qualify as wild and crazy?
Oh, Christine, you must have 1,000 better things to do.
1,000 things to do, yes, but not one of them better. What do you say?
All right.
Mom, I gotta go. Someone's at the door. Listen, I'm gonna see you in a couple of days. I love you too.
Excuse me.
What?
You're divorcing me?
To be accurate, I'm annulling you.
Takes two to annul, remember?
You married me while you were engaged to someone else. That's fraud or something.
The way I see it, that's love for you, not Hillary. All my life, I've been waiting for someone like you. You're the only one who understands me. The only one who wants me to be what I want to be. Give me that. Give me that. I was impulsive, I know. I'm sorry. But it took me so long to find you. I couldn't let you go then any more than I can let you go right now.
I want to believe you.
Then do. Why is that so difficult? Never mind. I know the answer, but you've got to believe me. I love you and nobody else. And I don't know how else to say it.
That way was just fine.
I certainly appreciate this, Peter.
Oh, I'm happy to do it for you.
You really know how to treat a lady. But then you always did, even as a little boy. I remember your first date. She wasn't the prettiest girl in school, but she was one of the smartest, and her name was, Carol.
Applegate. But how,
Catherine used to write me every week. I knew about your first step, your first day in school, your first real love. She was so proud of you.
She always liked to talk about me. I just didn't realize it was in such detail. You should have told her you weren't really interested.
Oh, but I was. I shared her pride. I still do. Thanks.
Live dangerously. Heaven a cliff.
I will if you will. I hate to sin alone.
I was forced into it. You're a witness.
It's no wonder that Peter always talks about you when he calls. It sounds silly, but even though we'd never met, I've begun to think of you as a granddaughter. Is there any chance of you two getting back together again?
I don't think so. But don't give up on him. Some lucky lady will snatch him up.
Well, I can't wait forever. Not getting any younger, you know.
Oh, something tells me you've got a lot of good years left in you.
Thank you. You never can tell about the future. And sometimes, even the past isn't dependable.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing, dear.
Catherine, Peter thinks there is. You know, you and I, we're very much alike in our concern for him.
It's just a decision I have to make. It affects Peter and Roz, too. And there isn't much time.
If I know you were waiting for me, I would have been here sooner. Darling, I brought something special to wear for you tonight. Wait till you see.
Hillary, we're not going out tonight.
No dinner?
No, and no wedding next month.
Well, the arrangements are made. The invitations are printed. You're just having pre-wedding jitters.
I'm already married.
Well, your father's handling that.
Look. I'll reimburse your parents for any expenses.
You're trying to tell me something.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's get it out in the open so we can go on with our lives.
What I'm trying to tell you is that there's no way in the world we're going to be married. If we went through with this, if I got an annulment and married you, it would all be a lie. I don't love you. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't expect you to understand.
Kyle, you don't understand. I'm pregnant.
Peter, when Roz and I were 18, she met a wonderful man. The kind of guy every young girl dreams about. Handsome, smart, kind. They planned to marry, but he was shipped off to the war. And 6 weeks later, he was killed. Roz was devastated.
I had no idea.
Unfortunately, she was left with more than just memories. She was pregnant. And in those days, a woman wouldn't dream of raising a child without a father. She had to put the baby up for adoption. Oh, it hurt her so much. And I couldn't bear the thought of it either. So I convinced your grandfather, we were newlyweds at the time, that it'd be better for the child if we raised him than for strangers. Peter, that child was your mother. Roz was your real grandmother.
Roz is my grandmother?
Oh, I've carried that secret with me for so long.
And you're just telling me now? Why?
Roz wouldn't let me.
And my mother?
That's the way Roz wanted it. And I was afraid that if your mother knew, she might think less of me somehow.
My mother died without knowing? You let that happen? So what now? What's expected of me? I pretend I don't know?
That's what Roz wants. Oh, she couldn't bear it if she knew that I told you, Peter. It's her heart. That's why we came to San Francisco, to see a specialist.
Her heart? Well, there's got to be something I can do.
Spend some time with her. Let her get to know you.
Damn it, that's not enough.
Peter! It has to be enough.
Why couldn't you have told me years ago? I don't care what you promised her. I suddenly don't even know who the hell I am. I just find out who my grandmother is, and now it's almost too late.
I'm almost ready.
Take your time.
I don't think I'll go with you today.
If you don't, she'll be suspicious.
I just think that you two should spend some time alone.
Maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm your grandmother.
I am ready to hit the town. What's the first stop?
The lady's choice. Fisherman's Wharf, Golden Gate Park, you name it.
Catherine, why aren't you ready?
Well, I think I'd like to spend the day here, you know, catching up on my needlepoint and relaxing.
When there's so much to see?
Well, to be honest, I have a little headache, and, well, you two run along without me. I just slow you down today.
Not a chance. If you don't go, I don't go.
You're not going to stand me up now, are you?
Oh, go on. I'll be all right. It's a vacation, so, vacate.
Well, if you think so. Feel better, darling?
Pregnant. Well, no wonder you disappeared last night. Must be rough having to tell your wife that your fiancé's having your baby.
I would have told you sooner, but I had too much to drink. My lips wouldn't move.
Well, now I suppose you want the annulment.
Look, I don't think there's any other choice. Not with a child involved.
I'm beginning to think you're the child here, Kyle. You're playing with people's lives and emotions.
Look, I don't consider our marriage a game. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Hurt me?
Yeah.
Don't flatter yourself. You're doing me a favor. You live your life on some kind of emotional roller coaster. I'm not ready for that kind of ride. Kyle, I'll sign the papers. I appreciate it if you'd just leave.
Nancy.
Will you just go?
Sinclair, you and Marcus just delivered these for you. Where would you like them?
Oh, the sofa would be fine.
All right.
Oh, hello, George. Where's Kyle?
Well, he'll meet us at the restaurant later.
Oh.
Okay, anything else, ma'am?
No, that's fine. George, would you mind?
Yeah, son.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
When the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. And shopping. And shopping. Oh, my. What's all this?
Some new outfits for the honeymoon.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ski clothes?
Well, it gets cold on the slopes of Gestad.
Skiing such a good idea for someone in your condition?
What condition?
You're not pregnant, are you?
Well, of course I am. I just thought... All right. All right, I'm not. But I had to find a way to keep him. Don't give me that look. You want this marriage as much as I do.
But lying to him like that, about a child of all things.
You want me to tell him the truth? Say the word. All's fair in love and business. You said that yourself, George. You and I, we're more alike than you know. Oh, besides, by the time we leave Gestad, I'll be pregnant. I promise you. I love seeing those tall ships going under that
Yeah.
bridge. Oh, I want to take a picture. Stay right there.
Okay, how about right here?
All right.
Okay, now I'm going to take one of you.
No, no, no. I don't photograph well. I'll break the camera.
Well, I'll risk that. Over there with the mime right now.
Oh.
Okay, ready?
Wait just a minute.
All right. Beautiful.
Thank you. Let me see.
What was that for?
For one of the happiest times in my life.
Then you're going to have to keep coming back here, huh?
I'd like it. Thank you. Well, let me see.
You know, if anybody's going to break the camera, it'll be me.
Oh! Oh,
Ross?
Peter!
Ross, what is it? Oh, hold on, Ross. Hold on. Will somebody get an ambulance?
The airport is open, and I have you booked on the first flight to Des Moines, Miss Rhodes.
Miss Rhodes.
Sorry things turned out as they did.
Thanks.
Miss Rhodes, Nancy, I was hoping to catch up with you before you left.
Something else?
No, I only wanted to give you this. A little something for your trouble. Should cover your room, maybe a flight home.
Mr. Stanton, I don't want your money. I never did. I married Kyle because I loved him.
It was a coronary. The doctors are with her.
Is there anything we can...
There's nothing we can do. All we can do is wait.
I promised Roz I wouldn't say anything. But she made me promise.
You already told me, and I believe you.
Where's Peter? With the doctors. Can I get you something?
Having you here is all I need. Thank you for being a good friend.
I haven't been good enough, I'm afraid. I've kept Peter from you all these years.
Kept him from me? You wrote letters, sent me pictures, and let me visit.
Hoping that would be enough. To tell the truth, Roz, I was so afraid of losing him to you. You had such a glamorous life, and how could I compete?
Now, let me tell you something. I resented you for a long, long time. You had my child, my grandsons. I had no right to be jealous. You did a wonderful thing for me. After all, I gave up my baby.
You only did what you had to do. It was the society that we lived in.
Maybe I should have started a social revolution.
In Nebraska?
Oh, did I tell you? Daddy went out to the house we wanted.
You won.
Oh, you'll love it too. Anyway, it was still available, so he put a down payment on it as a wedding gift. And Mother found this Italian designer who's doing the whole place over for us. Very clean, very modern. All you have to do is sign the checks.
You've really got everything worked out, haven't you?
Well, not everything. I could use your opinion on the floral arrangements for the wedding.
Oh, nice of you to include me in the big decisions.
George, I think Kyle's losing his sense of humor. Maybe it's time you had a heart-to-heart with him.
You're quite right, Hillary. A heart-to-heart with my son is long overdue.
How about some dinner? You haven't eaten all day.
You go. I'm fine. What about Gran? Did she eat?
I'll check. She's still in the waiting room.
You know, for somebody who didn't want to get involved with my family, you did a pretty good job.
They're wonderful women. Both of them.
Yeah, I know.
Do you? Catherine needs you as much as Roz does right now. Maybe more. She's feeling so alone. As if all the years she spent with you have been discounted, just forgotten.
They're not forgotten. It's just different now.
Catherine doesn't understand that, Peter. And frankly, neither do I.
I wouldn't expect you to.
What in the world is going on with you? This all happened so long ago. What possible difference can it make now?
What possible difference? I'll tell you. It's the difference between a lie and the truth. If my mother had known the truth, she might have been closer to Roz. She might have had a better education, got to travel, not had to work all her life. She might have married somebody she deserved. Not a drunk who beat her. You never knew my mother, Christine. She was one hell of a woman. But nothing came easy for her. You know, the truth might have changed all that.
Yes, it might have. But it doesn't change the fact that Catherine loves you more than you know. And she was there for you your whole life. I'll see if she's eaten.
Welcome back.
Not for much longer, dear.
What do you mean? A few more days and you'll be walking out of here.
I don't think so. But it's okay. I'm not afraid anymore.
What kind of talk is this? No grandmother of mine is just going to give up.
What are you saying? You know, but Catherine promised.
It's a promise she never should have kept.
Oh, don't say that. I thought you'd hate me for giving up your mother. It was so difficult. Times were different and people were different. Your mother needed a family that I couldn't give her. She needed what Catherine could give her. What Catherine has in abundance is love.
Took a lot of courage to do what you did. I always knew you were a great lady. I love you, grandmother.
I love you too.
was beautiful.
I wrote it for Nancy the night we met.
Play some more.
You want me to play?
You know, that was our song. Your mother's and mine. Every time I hear it, I feel lucky. The years that we had together. We were all luckier than Kyle. Kyle. Did I ever tell you how much I dislike that name? It was your mother's idea. I mean, after 2 daughters, I wanted a George Jr. But your mother wanted you to have a special name. She wanted you to have your own identity. It's taken me 30 years to understand what she was trying to say.
What are you saying, Dad?
This music business. You seem pretty good at it. Maybe you should pursue it after all.
You really mean it?
I think I've been the irresponsible one in this family, trying to make you into George Jr. No, I want you to go out and do what you want. Do what you have to do.
You mean with my music or...
With your life. Hillary lied about being pregnant.
She what? She's not pregnant?
She's not the kind of a girl I want my son to marry. She's not good enough for you. Not like Nancy.
She was the best thing that ever happened to me. Who knows if she'll still have me?
I have no choice. Father tore up the annulment papers.
If you two will excuse me, I've got to see a man about a plane ticket.
Hey, Dad. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi. I was afraid I'd lost you.
Impossible. We're both so crazy, who else would have us? Looks like we're stuck with this relationship. Besides, it can only get easier.
I hear the first 9 days are the hardest.
Like a cup of tea, Kathy? No, thank you. I didn't cry when she died. The tears just weren't there.
It's all right, Gran.
Doesn't mean you didn't care, Catherine.
I guess it's because I can't really believe that she's gone. It happened so quickly. We were girls together, Roz and I. 70 years.
We'll both miss her. She was family. But you're my grandmother. Nothing can ever change that. Mom told me about the day I was born, about how difficult the birth was, and how you were there, holding her hand and singing old songs to her.
I remember. She was so frightened. But we pulled her through.
She always said you both gave birth to me. If she'd known the truth about Roz, it wouldn't have changed how she felt. You were always her mother, Catherine. And you'll always be my gran. Morning, Cheryl. Everything squared away for Senator Powell?
The entire 8th floor is ready and waiting. Pretty exciting, huh?
Aren't you getting used to all the celebrities by now?
Yeah, but this guy could be president next year.
Something about it in the Chronicle?
Oh, that's not the Chronicle. One of the guests left that here. Nice picture of Miss Frances, huh?
I just got a call that the motorcade's early. All set?
How I spent my summer vacation?
I know. Can you believe it?
No.
My Aunt Addie called me about it this morning from Tulsa. Oh, these supermarket papers can sure make a big deal out of nothing. I think we should be there to meet him. Them.
They're going in the rear entrance.
Peter, it's really nothing. We met at a fundraiser this summer. Then when I ran into him again on my vacation, it seemed natural for Jim and me to go to...
Jim and me?
I do know him well enough not to have to call him Senator.
Nice dress. New?
Yes. I mean, I've had it a while. I just haven't worn it yet.
Well, I'm sure Jim will appreciate the thought.
Some turnout, huh? Maybe years from now, they'll be saying James Powell slept in.
Oh, and gave us a 5-star rating. I hope.
Stay with him.
Hey, I know that guy. We grew up together.
All right, people, I want to see some air between the senator and this crowd.
Senator, do you expect to get your party's nomination? That's up to the delegates. I hope to get the nomination. All right, no more questions now, ladies and gentlemen.
Later. Great seeing you again, too.
Some old friend.
All right, no more questions now, ladies and gentlemen. That's what tomorrow's press conference is for. And the senator's had a long trip.
Christine?
Peter, Senator James Powell, Peter McDermott.
Mr. McDermott, nice to meet you. This is Bernie Sanderson, my campaign manager.
Glad to meet you.
We both look forward to staying at the St. Gregory.
Well, I hope we can make you and your staff comfortable.
I'm sure you will. You have a very capable general manager.
Well, I'll leave you in Miss Frances' capable hands. Enjoy your stay, Senator.
Thank you. Bernie, I'll catch you inside later.
Yeah.
Well, alone at last?
There aren't going to be too many private moments in my life from now on, unless I create them. And I intend to. Call you in your office as soon as I'm settled.
Where have we parked the press corps?
East wing of the 7th. The senator's group is on 8.
Thanks.
Scott Osborne, soon to be famous photojournalist. I hope.
Welcome to the St. Gregory. Let's see, reporters' rooms are on 7. Oh, you're 315. I'm sorry, I thought you'd be with...
Accredited press? No, maybe I will be after this weekend.
Planning to get some great shots of Senator Powell?
One is all I need. The right one to really put me on the map.
That's terrific. I wish you luck.
Cheryl, has Greg Dawson checked in yet? Important telegram from his New York office.
With Powell's press corps, 721.
I don't know why we even bother with computers anymore. Thanks.
Cavalier. He's with some of the other press, strategy session.
Thanks.
You're information central around here.
I try to stay on top of things.
Not so much you can't get away for coffee, I hope.
I break for lunch at 2.
2 o'clock. Good.
Hey, I'll get that for you. I'm on my way upstairs.
No, thank you. There's a lot of delicate equipment in here, lenses and light meters.
All right.
It'll be on your left. Get out of the elevator.
And it's always random rooms, different floors, different times of day and night. Now, we've got no discernible pattern here.
Sorry.
There's never forced entry, and he only takes cash. Looks like we got a real pro on our hands. I want the floor patrols doubled until we nail him. Okay, keep alert. Investigate and report anything suspicious, and I mean anything. Okay, let's get to it. So, did you come by to check up on me?
Just thought I'd say hello to my old buddy.
Well, it's nice to see you, Paul, but it didn't seem like the old buddy treatment this morning.
Well, I had to take care of business. Head of security for the next president of the United States. One hell of a job.
Big responsibility, all right.
Looks like you're doing okay yourself. Nice office, stereo. Security, tough job. Finding lost luggage, helping guests who have locked themselves out.
Well, has its moments.
It's too bad about those burglaries. Listen, I'd hate for a friend of mine to lose his job over a little thing like that. I don't have time for it personally, but I could put a couple of my men on it.
Thanks. But I'm not ready to make a federal case out of it yet.
Change your mind. I've always got time to help an old friend. See you later.
Here's some new leads. Let's follow them up right away. Now, let's get your speech upbeat and positive.
Bernie, I'll try, but these people have kids who are going to inherit the national debt. They deserve an honest view of the future.
I'll settle for honest, but not too depressing, okay?
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
Hello, Christine. Bernie, you met Miss Francis.
Yes. Thanks for arranging all of this. It was a big help.
Oh, that's what we're here for. If there's anything else we can do, just let us know.
Glad you could come up. Hold down the fort. Can I talk to you a minute?
Yeah.
What?
There's something I've wanted to do all day. No. Since we left Motherline.
Jim, don't you think you're rushing this a little?
Truthfully, never crossed my mind. In fact, remind me to make time for more of that.
In my hotel? Filled with your people? An entire floor of reporters? And then there are the major obstacles. Your impossible schedule. And mine.
But with some creative reshuffling.
Oh. Should I have my secretary call your campaign manager?
Absolutely not. I intend to take care of this personally.
Barbara, hi, Evie.
Hey.
How's it going?
Non-stop since the senator and his friends checked in.
I know the feeling.
They've got us all over the place today, like a cow kicked over an anthill.
Well, look on the bright side. Great tips, and they'll all be gone in 3 days.
We can only hope.
Really?
Housekeeping.
He has the most gorgeous eyes you have ever seen. There he is. Don't turn around. Oh, look. You look fine, and he looks adorable. Now stop worrying.
Cheryl.
Hi. Excuse me, but I've got to get back upstairs.
Oh, Ryan, this is Scott.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I don't want to rush anybody.
Oh, it's okay. She was already rushing.
I'm not only rushing, I'm gone. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Any earth-shattering photos yet? This is really important to you, isn't it?
It's everything. Let's face it, you either a star in this world or you're nothing.
I wouldn't say exactly nothing.
And it doesn't seem to matter how you get your name in the papers these days, as long as you do something big. I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with all my problems.
Oh, no, it's no bother. Really, it's okay.
I don't know. I just thought that someone who knows as much about what's going on around here as you do, if I could just find out where Powell's going to be ahead of time, I could get the jump on everybody else.
Well, we're really not supposed to know Powell's schedule, you know, or tell anybody.
I'm sorry, you're right. Forget it. I shouldn't have asked.
Don't be silly. You know, every campaign needs that one special photograph. It could be yours. Why don't you let me work on it and see what I can do?
And Dionne Warwick's show is selling out. Only problem is it's selling out in Chicago. They want to hold her over another week if we have a backup. We can go over our entertainers file and see. Is there a problem?
Oh, no. I was just wondering how things are going for the senator and his group.
Fine. Just fine.
Good.
I don't believe how much work it is running a campaign.
I guess he doesn't have much time for anything else.
Jim? He's got the energy of 3 men. Peter, about the entertainer for the showroom.
What do you say we discuss it over dinner? Get away from all this activity.
That sounds very nice, and I'd love to, but I promise.
Hello. Mr. McDermott. It's good to see you again.
Hiya.
Oh, we're going to watch Jim's interview on the local news.
You're more than welcome to stay if you like. I'm sure we can scare up another glass somewhere.
No, thanks. There's some paperwork upstairs.
Well, it should be starting.
Yeah, here's your champagne.
Thank you. Oh, there you are.
Improved health care for the elderly. Would you give us a clearer picture of your...
It's nothing you haven't heard before, so let's talk about something more important. Dinner.
You're not concerned about your media image?
That's Bernie's department. I'd much rather look at you.
We all stand to benefit from health care reform. But how do you suggest we produce the extra revenue? Are you talking about more taxes?
Well, Liz, I don't think it's realistic to believe that the money we need is just simply going to charity.
So you would support, for example, an across-the-board consumption tax?
I think that's one alternative, yes.
Even if it drives up the price?
But it would also
I think you've got it all, don't you?
Thank you very much for sharing some.
Pretty soon it's going to be me on the front page.
thank you to your viewers for a very, very warm San Francisco welcome.
Hey, Paul. How are things going?
Running like clockwork. Got Powell out for his meeting just now without a hitch.
Oh, through the rear entrance. Maximum control, minimum exposure.
I'm not new at this, Billy.
Come on, Paul. Powell's not the first public figure who stayed here. I was just offering some advice.
I appreciate it, but I've got it all handled. Besides, you've got all those burglaries to deal with. Best way for you to help. Stay out of my way. Later, huh?
Morning. I just came in the back way, and I saw Senator Powell buying roses for Miss Francis.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. They were red roses. Get it? Red stands for love.
Or maybe thinking someone's a good hotel manager.
What, did you just fall off a turnip truck? That's pink. And yellow stands for jealousy. Which means we have to wait and see if Mr. McDermott buys Miss Francis yellow roses, because then we'll know.
I got a busload of oceanographers arriving in 3 minutes with a ton of scuba gear.
Did everyone ever tell you you were the last of the great romantics?
No.
They never will.
Good morning.
Oh, excuse me, miss. Are you the new florist?
I got them at the flower stand on the street. Courtesy of a friend.
Oh, a friend who knows you like roses.
Lucky guess.
Lucky.
And how's your day shaping up?
Great. Just great.
Good morning. Messages? And last night's security report. Another room theft. A wallet this time.
That's what? 5 petty thefts this week?
No, 6. Beautiful flowers.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Roses for breakfast. How romantic.
Breakfast?
I meant that in the poetic sense.
Oh, sure. I guess it is romantic. Poetic, if you like that sort of thing.
Some women do.
Of course, that's a politician's stock in trade. Kissing babies, shaking hands, sending flowers.
He shakes hands well, too. I mean, he's a very thoughtful politician.
Well, as long as we don't forget he's not the only guest in the hotel this week.
Hi.
Scott, this is kind of for employees only.
Well, I was just looking for you. Any luck with Paul's schedule? Something I can get a head start on?
Well, there's going to be this big fundraising dinner here tomorrow night. I guess it's not exactly a secret. Would it help if I could get you in?
Do you think you could?
Well, no promises, but I do have a little pull around here I could ask.
Yes, you are one fantastic lady.
Oh, I gotta get to work.
Okay.
Peter, I'm just as upset about this as you are.
Then do something about it. Find the guy.
There's nothing to go on. We can't lock into any kind of a pattern. He's covering his tracks completely. We've checked out all perps in the area, the staff, everyone who serviced the rooms that have been hit.
Then you're not looking in the right places. You're not looking hard enough.
Maybe you think somebody else could do a better job. Maybe you need a Paul Reynolds.
Powell's guy? I'm not paying him, I'm paying you. And what's Powell's security got to do with this? You're not spreading yourself too thin worrying about him rather than doing what we've got to do.
Peter, I know my job.
Then do it, damn it.
Wouldn't you buy
Very nice,
right
people.
there?
Very good. Good job. I want these
I'll bet I
baskets
could sell you
on the
used
chairs so we make sure that everybody gets one.
Very bad luck.
Miss Francis, the other tie was better.
I wore the power tie for the TV interview, Bern.
And press isn't important? Look, while there's time, let's go over your answers again.
You don't even know what they're going to ask.
That's why he's got to know all the answers.
Senator Powell,
Okay, Bern.
you gonna keep living it up as a bachelor, or is it serious between you and the lady?
I am a widower, gentlemen, and running a hotel is a very serious business. Miss Francis is just trying to do her job.
Senator, do you think the voters will...
Dinner tonight, no press, no staff, no rush.
Got a date, Senator.
Now, what was your question?
You think the voters will elect a bachelor, Senator?
Well, like I said, gentlemen, I'm not a bachelor, I'm a widower. And no, I don't think it will have any bearing on the election whatsoever. Next question.
Oh, Billy, the dog show people want us to provide an armed guard for their final competition.
Oh, sure. Why not? Canine patrol. Fits right in with playing hall monitor and getting the occasional drunk safely to his room.
Hey, what's this all about?
What it's about is Paul Reynolds traveling the world providing real security for important people while Billy Griffin babysits guests' jewelry, fills out police reports, and makes like he's got a purpose.
Sounds like somebody's really doing a number on you.
No. Just having my nose rubbed in the truth, that's all.
With me? Pizza sounds great, but I sort of have plans.
Dinner in Sausalito.
Someone special?
No. Well, not yet anyway.
I'll be there in a minute. Julie, there just wouldn't happen to be any extra press passes for the senator's fundraiser, just kind of lying around the bottom of the guest relations drawer somewhere.
Press passes? Sorry, not even for you. The senator's campaign manager is being pretty tight-fisted about comps. After all, it is a fundraiser. However, a couple I was holding seats for won't be able to make it. They're stuck in Phoenix.
A couple? As in 2 tickets?
It'd be a shame to see them go to waste.
Julie, you're incredible!
Arigato.
Arigato. period. No phones, no staff interruptions. I haven't heard quiet like this in weeks.
I keep expecting to see a pair of Secret Servicemen's feet peeking out from under the screens.
Part of the price I pay for being in public life. There are times I wonder if it's worth it.
Of course it is, Jim. You have a chance to make a difference. I believe in you. What you stand for.
Just believe in. I was hoping for a bit more. I care for.
I thought that was obvious.
Christine, I don't have a lot of time for my personal life. I've learned to make decisions on my feet. And I know when something's right. When someone is right. I felt that way about you from the beginning.
But this still is the beginning.
I know. I know it is. And I know I'm moving pretty fast. But that's the way I'm forced to live.
I'm not sure I understand.
You're everything I ever wanted in a woman. Everything I need in a first lady. I'm in love with you, Christine. I want to take you with me to the White House. I want you to marry me.
Jim, I don't believe what I'm hearing. What I'm seeing. This is so fast. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Don't even try it on right now. Just think about it. And tell me yes by Monday.
I'm afraid this isn't a pleasant task, Miss Francis. But as Jim Powell's campaign manager, it's my job to guide him through the minefields of the political process.
What does this have to do with me? Where did you get these?
I intercepted them before they found a publisher. Next time, we may not be so lucky.
I know how these look. I can imagine the headlines, but he was only giving me flowers.
We live in a climate of scandal, Miss Francis. There's no such animal as a single politician. To the public, there are married candidates, and there are playboys.
Mr. Sanderson, I can assure you.
I'm sure you can. But it isn't my opinion that matters on Election Day. If Jim is to continue as a viable candidate, he has two choices. Celibacy or a publicly recognized fiancé. And you have excellent credentials for the job.
My schools? Friends? My finances? Medical history? My birthmark?
I'm afraid it comes with the territory. Can we be frank?
By all means, considering we know each other so well.
You have the image that I am looking for, Miss Francis. You're cultured, elegant, bright, and Jim's apparently in love with you.
How convenient for you.
As First Lady, you would be one of the most powerful women in the world. Respected, envied.
Seems to be at least one thing you don't know about me, Mr. Sanderson. When I marry, it'll be for love. No other reason.
Then fall in love. Or get out of Jim Powell's life.
Who is it?
Scott, it's Cheryl. Open the door.
Yeah. I'll be right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Got a minute?
Yeah.
I was just making a few deliveries, but yours was at the top of my list.
Powell's advanced schedule.
Maybe something even better. Now, I'm not saying it's for sure, but what if, just maybe, I could get us 2 tickets for his fundraiser tonight?
You could get me in?
I might be able to get us in. If I can get 2 tickets, we can go together. It'll be really glitzy. You'll have to get a tux, and I'll finally be able to wear that dress that I bought at Saks. I saw it in the window. It's so beautiful. It cost me 2 weeks' salary. I never thought I'd have a place to wear it.
No! This is important to me. You're turning this into prom night.
What's wrong? I thought you'd be happy. Look, if you don't have a tux, I mean, there's a guy in the hotel. He's...
Can you get me the damn ticket or not?
I don't know why you're...
Look, you lied to me, didn't you? You said you would help me.
I said I'd try.
You know, you don't understand. This is my chance to be somebody. For people to know who I am.
I'm sorry. I think, oh, yeah. I better get back to my desk.
I don't need you. I don't need anybody.
Mr. McDermott, it's the press again. I'm sorry, but I just don't know what to tell them.
It's all right, I'll take it.
Thank you. It's line 2.
Hello, this is Peter McDermott. I'm afraid we really can't comment on your inquiry. If Miss Francis wants to announce her engagement, she'll let you know. That's the 3rd columnist today, hoping to confirm rumors.
Really?
Yeah, I told him,
I heard.
it's amazing how being on a first-name basis with the senator can stir up the media.
They do jump to conclusions.
Don't they? Don't they?
Peter, I think we've got to talk. You see, the rumors aren't total fabrication.
Are you saying Powell asked you to marry him?
Well, yes.
And you're actually thinking about it? Christine, if I remember right, you turned down a proposal from me because you weren't sure you were ready.
I turned you down because I wasn't sure you were ready.
And he is?
Apparently.
Christine, you barely know this man.
All right, so we've only known each other a short time, but we share things. We have a bond. I trust him.
And you don't trust me?
He's willing to commit to me totally, without duress.
Willing to commit what? To sharing a party platform in a big White House? Just when do you think you and the president are going to have time for this close sharing bond? Between cabinet meetings and a summit conference? On Air Force One between Washington and New York? Christine, I can't believe you've let yourself be flattered into...
Flattered? Of course I'm flattered. Who wouldn't be?
But that's no grounds for a decision.
This is my decision, Peter. I'll decide how to make it.
All right, be flattered. Marry the guy if that's what'll make you happy.
Maybe it will. And maybe I will.
Fine.
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 This will help you find it.
That's terrific. And after the fundraiser, I'd like you to talk to some of the young people who really support it.
Mr. Sanderson, about your fundraiser tonight. Scott Osborne, a stringer for some of the Northwest papers, Seattle, Tacoma, Tri-Cities.
If you're looking for a seat, talk to one of our media people.
I have. You see, technically, I'm not accredited press,
Right.
so I...
What, a day almost over, though? Half an hour? And Cheryl, what's wrong?
I know it's kind of short notice, but could you get a hold of a tux for tonight?
Sure. What's up?
Oh, Billy, you about scared me to death. Can't get out of here today. Seems like everybody wants fresh towels.
I thought you were kind of late. You're usually morning shift up on 6, aren't you?
They got me all over the place today. One of the afternoon shift girls called in sick.
Yeah, well, your checkbook won't kick about the overtime.
That's a fact. Housekeeping!
Oh, nothing much, Blanche. I just heard you were a little short-handed in housekeeping today. Some staff out sick? No kidding. Must be some kind of a record. So I guess Evie Johnson is not subbing second shift up on 3. Okay, thank you.
Oh, hi, Billy. I was just making up the room.
It's over, Edie. This is Griffin. Get Roberts up to 3:15 on the double. I found that perp.
Billy, please. Look, I know it was wrong, but I needed the money. I've never done anything like this before. Yeah, all right, sure, I'll give it back. I'm sorry.
I am too, Evie. Cheryl, this is Billy. Who have you got registered in 315? I thought you'd better see these right away.
What do you expect me to do? Clear the room? Cancel his speech? A guest with a rifle in his room. It could be a sportsman, a hunter.
But what's he hunting? The room is registered to a Scott Osborne. Is he on your guest list?
This room's secure, Billy. My men swept it. They control every access. No way a piece of hardware big enough to fire one of these could get past us.
Maybe he planted it earlier. Maybe he's got another gun. Maybe he's not even in here yet. Come on, Paul. We're both pros. Whatever your beef is with me, let's put it on ice and take care of business, huh?
It's a waste of time, but all right. I'll alert my men. Just don't get in their way.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So this is what it's like being a candidate's date.
Not exactly a TV dinner for two in front of the television.
Oh, it has its moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started with our meal, I'd like to introduce the man we all came to see and hear. I give you our party's next candidate and the next president of the United States, Senator James A. Powell. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all very much for coming out tonight, and especially for pledging your support. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot before us. I wish I could tell you it was going to be easy,
but the spirit of the American people has always risen to the challenge. I love a challenge. And I am positive that everybody in this room loves a challenge.
Get the cuffs on. You all right?
Jim, I thought you...
The important thing is, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You got it, Senator.
It's all right, Senator. Everything's okay.
Is he hurt bad? I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Get him out of here. Is anybody hurt?
No, we're just fine. Paul, you and Danny saved my life. I don't know how to thank you.
Line of duty, sir.
Yeah, he's right, Paul. Congratulations. You were right on top of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. Senator Powell is unharmed. Security has everything under control. We apologize for the interruption. We ask you please to return to your seats. Senator Powell.
Yep.
Mind if I come in? Senator Powell asked me to personally thank you for your help last night.
You told him? I can't figure you. Ever since you came here, you've been busting my chops, making me feel like diddly. Now, all of a sudden...
Yeah, well, you saved my tail last night. And Powell's. It made me stop and take a good long look at myself. I didn't much like what I saw.
We grew up on the same block, and we played on the same teams. We were friends. What did I ever do to you?
You didn't have to do anything, Billy. All I ever heard from my old man was, what's the matter with you? Why can't you be a winner? Look at Billy. He whips your butt every time, and he's...
Black.
They used to give this out every year to the best all-around student. Did you know that my dad won this year? He graduated from Lathrop.
And they expected you to win it, too. Paul, we were friends, man. Why didn't you say something?
Yeah, well, some friend I turned out to be. When you spent time in jail, I was glad. I figured I'd finally heard the last of Billy Griffin. And here you are. On top, just like always, looking sharp, taking care of business. I just couldn't handle it. I guess I wanted you to feel the way I felt all those years.
Oh. It's ancient history for both of us. Let's talk about now. Chief of Security for a presidential candidate. Seeing the world at the government's expense sounds pretty good to me.
Come on, don't kid a kidder. I'm nothing but a glorified bodyguard. Killer hours, no home base, no roots, no life. Last night, I almost let my man get shot. I don't know, maybe I'm burning out. I hear it can be terminal.
Hey, it doesn't have to be. It's all attitude, man. I mean, you can still turn it around if you want to. Just like I did 4 years ago when I came to work here. That's the kind of play that'll make us both winners. What do you say?
To, old acquaintance.
I've been giving a lot of thought to your proposal. You, me, the White House.
Good thoughts, I hope.
I was awake all night. I can't do it, Jim. It wouldn't work.
Look, Christine, if this is really about my near miss last night, I can tell you it kept me awake too. But that was just a fluke, an accident.
It's not the danger, Jim. If I was sure about us, there's nothing on earth that would keep me from marrying you.
But you're not sure.
The truth is, I don't know what I'm feeling. We need time. It's a luxury you can't afford to give us.
Yes, I can. You can join me on the campaign.
Oh, right. Your campaign manager would love that.
Never mind, Bernie. We'll have whole flights together.
Oh, all that. Oh, Jim, the schedules, the reporters, the photographers. I'm just not cut out for a life in a fishbowl. Maybe it's selfish, but I don't want a husband I have to share with the public and the press. I need a complete commitment. You made that commitment long before you met me.
You don't think it's possible to do it all?
Not for me. Not even with you. I know what you're offering, how much you care. But the things I need most, the closeness, the sharing, the time, you wouldn't be able to give me those things. It'd be half a marriage. That's not enough. Not for me.
Christine, what can I say? What can I do to make you change your mind?
You're at the mercy of your destiny, Senator. And so am I.
I almost dated him. He seems so nice. Boy, I sure can't pick him, can I?
Just trying to help somebody.
That's me. Stray cats, injured birds, would-be assassins.
Anyway, congratulations again, twice.
Oh, as my friend Bob would say, line of duty.
All the same, well done.
Thanks, Peter.
Billy, gotta be heading out soon. About what I told you earlier. Okay with you if we keep that just between us?
Already forgot.
There's my man. Gotta move out.
He's a wonderful man. I'm gonna miss him.
A smart man, that's for sure. Smart enough to pick you as a running mate. He's got my vote. As long as it'll keep him in Washington.